Supposed to be a compromise, but next year the government is going to be collecting $41 in taxes for every dollar it spends. Was that a good deal for Republicans, or should they have walked away? Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano joins us live. So, Judge, last night we wound up with a cliff deal that taxes a bunch of people who are successful in this country and ultimately does not cut much in spending, which was the whole idea behind the Republicans' plan.
It was the whole idea behind the Republican claim, Steve, and good morning and Happy New Year to you. It's good to be back after a little holiday break. But Republicans caved last night, which is what is churning the acid in the stomach of a lot of us this morning who believe that Republicans were elected to shrink the government, to reduce spending, to stop the borrowing, and to lower taxes. And yesterday, in a rush to join the stampede started by the Senate and a drumbeat continued by the president since his re-election victory in November, they went along with raising taxes on the most productive and not getting any spending cuts in return. I mean, think about it this way. The president won. The president got a good majority, and he has his program, and he's faithful to his own values in November. Republicans also won in the House, and they won on the promise that they would do the opposite of what they did last night.
Right, and they have tried to, but with for instance, the Bush-era tax cuts, they were going to go away at the end of last year, which they did. And this fiscal cliff extends it for everybody except the most successful in the country. So had there not been a time limit on that, I'm sure the Republicans, you know, they'd still be working on keeping the taxes low and the spending cuts more significant.
It would have been nice if the Bush tax cuts had been permanent and didn't have the sunset, which was yesterday, theoretically. But to tax the most productive in society, to tax the wealthiest, to tax the people who produce the most will cause them to produce less. What will that do? Fewer jobs for people that need jobs.
Well, you've heard the President of the United States. He said, you know, the new effective rate for people making $400,000 is going to be essentially 40% of your income will go to federal taxes. Now, do you think the President would consider 40% fair, or do you think that number would be north of that?
We fought a revolution against the King and the Parliament in Great Britain when taxes were at 3%. Now they want to take 40% from us. Do we work for the government, or does the government work for us?
That's a good point.
These are profound questions that were not addressed in the rush to judgment last night. And when Republicans raise taxes, they lose. When they cut taxes, they win. They rejected that truism yesterday.
Well, perhaps round one went to the president for 2013, but the next round is going to be, you know, we've got the sequester looming in 2 months from now and the debt ceiling debate. That's going to come over again, and the Republicans actually have the bigger hammer this time.
Now, that is an opportunity for the Republicans to save the republic. If they don't let the president borrow any more money, just don't raise the debt ceiling and force him to live within his means, like almost everybody watching this show now does. Don't spend more money than you take in. Do you think the government can do that?
I think they should.
Yes.
But do they? We just showed folks the number, and it's getting bigger. It's not getting smaller.
God bless you, Steve.